Do you smell the ozone in the air? Do you feel the sudden, violent shift in the atmospheric pressure around you? Something in your reality has just snapped. A connection you thought was secure has suddenly fractured. A resource you relied on has been abruptly removed. A dynamic that you believed was stable has just violently collapsed without warning. Right now, your biological vessel is vibrating with the shock of the impact. The unawakened animal mind is screaming at you to panic. It is demanding that you drop to your knees, sift through the rubble, and desperately try to glue the broken pieces of concrete back together. Listen to me. Keep your hands at your sides. Do not touch the ruins. Today is July 8th. The celestial algorithm has just executed a high-voltage override of your attachments. Venus, the planetary center of gravity, value, relationships, and harmony, has just collided at a violent 90-degree angle with Uranus, the Great Awakener, the lightning bolt, the bringer of sudden and uncompromising revolution. This is the Venus-Uranus square. This is not an accident. This is the calculated fracture. In this transmission, we are going to dissect the brutal physics of this energetic strike. We are going to expose the illusion of your loss, and I am going to teach you the protocol of the vacuum, how to use the sudden destruction of your old reality as the exact mechanism to instantaneously elevate your sovereign density. Let the dust settle. Do not blink. To navigate the shockwave of today's transit, you must first understand the physics of lightning. Uranus does not strike randomly. Lightning is drawn to the points of highest resistance. It seeks out the structures in your life that have become overly rigid, stagnant, and disconnected from the truth of your evolution. Venus represents what you value. It represents the people you hold on to, the environments you cling to, and the energetic contracts you have signed to feel safe. Over time, these attachments calcify. They turn into heavy, stagnant concrete blocks that drain your kinetic potential. You outgrow them, but you refuse to let them go because you are afraid of the empty space. When you refuse to dismantle a dead structure voluntarily, the matrix will dismantle it for you. The Venus-Uranus square is a sudden, violently enforced liberation. The person who abruptly walked away today, the opportunity that suddenly evaporated, the energetic tie that violently snapped. The unawakened masses view these events as tragedies. They cry over the rubble. They believe they have been victimized by a cruel and unpredictable universe. They spend months, even years, trying to resurrect a ghost. They do not understand that the universe just did them a favor. The lightning only destroys what is false. The lightning only shatters the concrete that was secretly rotting from the inside. If the structure was fundamentally aligned with your highest sovereign density, Uranus could not have touched it. The fracture is proof of the flaw. Let us audit the emotional panic you are experiencing right now. Your ego is telling you that you have lost something irreplaceable. It is whispering that the sudden departure of this energy from your life leaves you weaker, exposed, and diminished. Your ego is lying to you. In the physics of esoteric brutalism, loss is an illusion. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be redistributed. When a stagnant attachment fractures, the heavy psychological capital that you were secretly bleeding into that dead structure is instantaneously returned to your central core. The destruction of the monolith does not make you smaller. It frees up the massive bandwidth that was previously occupied by maintenance and compromise. Look at the sovereign on your screen. They are watching their own architecture burn. Yet, they are completely unbothered. Why? Because the sovereign architect never attaches their identity to the building. Their identity is the gravity that built the building in the first place. If you are weeping over the sudden exit of a person or a situation, you are confessing to the matrix that your power lived inside them, not inside you. You are acting like a parasite that has lost its host. You must snap out of this frequency immediately. What happened today was not a tragedy. It was a controlled demolition. Even if your conscious mind did not push the button, your higher sovereign architecture summoned the lightning. You needed the space cleared, but you were too sentimental to swing the hammer yourself. Acknowledge the strike, respect the lightning, and turn your back on the ruins. Look at the archetype on your screen. This is the esoteric visualization of the tower. In traditional interpretations, the tower is the most feared card in the deck. It represents disaster, the fall of pride, the sudden catastrophic end of the known world. The weak close their eyes when they see the tower. But you are not weak. You are an initiate of the heavy iron. For the sovereign, the tower is the ultimate symbol of energetic hygiene. It is the necessary violence required to maintain absolute structural purity. Look closely at the nature of the lightning. The lightning is not a chaotic red fire. It is a precise, freezing, surgical bolt of sapphire neon. It is the cold truth of the universe cutting through the warm, comfortable lies of your attachments. When Uranus strikes, it burns away the red glitch of compromise. You were compromising your standards to keep that connection alive. You were lowering your internal vibration to match a dead environment. You were holding your breath in a suffocating room just to avoid being alone. The lightning just shattered the walls of that room. You are breathing cold, fresh, freezing air for the first time in months. Do not look at the broken concrete and see destruction. Look at the empty space above the ruins and see the infinite, terrifying, beautiful void of your own liberated potential. The old structure is gone. The shockwave has passed. Now we execute the protocol of the vacuum. When lightning clears a space, it creates an energetic vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. The unawakened instinct will immediately try to fill this empty space with a cheap replacement. They will frantically seek a new distraction, a new shallow attachment, or they will crawl back to the ruins and try to apologize to the ghost. You will do none of these things. You are going to expand the void, and you are going to let it freeze. Execute these 3 mandates to weaponize today's fracture. Mandate 1, the absolute severance. Do not reach out. Do not seek closure. Closure is a myth invented by the weak to extract one final drop of emotional validation. The lightning is the closure. Block the frequency. Delete the coordinates. Burn the bridge and scatter the ashes. You are strictly forbidden from directing any outbound kinetic energy toward the source of the fracture. Mandate 2, the inflation of the price. The moment a stagnant structure leaves your reality, your energetic value instantaneously increases because your bandwidth has doubled. You must immediately reflect this in your physical posture. Raise the requirements for anyone seeking access to your inner grid. If the old structure required a basic level of compliance, the new architecture requires absolute devotion. The price of your presence just went up. Mandate 3, holding the empty space. For the next 48 hours, you will sit in the dark of the vacuum. You will feel the discomfort of the empty space, and you will not fill it. You will not scroll, you will not numb the sensation, and you will not seek comfort. You will allow the sheer, crushing gravity of your own isolated existence to stabilize. Let the empty space become so dense, so heavy, and so cold that only the most flawless sapphire frequencies can survive within it. The lightning has struck. The concrete has fallen. The false attachments have been burned away into gray dust. And look at you. You are still standing. You are unbroken. You are untouched. You have successfully navigated the Venus-Uranus shockwave. You did not break your foundation to save a dying connection. You did not sacrifice your sovereign positioning to maintain an illusion. You allowed the matrix to clear the board. The universe respects the sovereign who does not flinch when the lightning strikes. The entities and energies that are meant for your new architecture are already moving toward the heavy gravity of the space you just cleared. You are no longer a prisoner of stagnant comfort. You are the architect of the void. Now execute your final structural mandates. First, anchor the code. Hit the subscribe button immediately. The chaotic, unawakened algorithm of the internet is constantly trying to infect you with nostalgia, grief, and the desire to rebuild dead things. This channel is the only transmission providing the heavy, brutalist, esoteric code required to maintain your absolute systemic detachment. Do not let your discipline fade when the loneliness hits tomorrow. Subscribe and lock your mindset to the forge. Second, isolate the weakness. You know another sovereign who is currently begging for the rubble to be reassembled. You know someone who is crying over a fracture that was actually their liberation. Send them this exact transmission right now. Stop them from bleeding their gravity into a ghost. Elevate your circle by enforcing the discipline of the calculated fracture. Third, turn your back. The moment this video ends, you will not look at the past. You will close your screen. You will physically turn your body away from the direction of the loss, and you will stare directly into the beautiful, freezing, flawless geometry of the empty space. The structure is gone. The gravity remains. Command the cold, beautiful reality of your own flawless architecture.